You guessed it, we're having rabbit tonight. Garlic brown sugar rabbit. Hi everybody, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. My name is Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead, and tonight again we are having rabbit for dinner, but it will be garlic brown sugar rabbit. And it is one of the recipes that is in our new cookbook. We have compiled our 25 family favorite rabbit recipes and put it in a cookbook. It is out for you all to purchase. You can buy a paper copy like this on our Etsy store. The link to that is down below. And we also do have an ebook version on Amazon.com, and you can find that in our Amazon shop. That information is down below in the description as well. So this past summer we did a pretty extensive series teaching you all how to raise rabbits for meat. And it was very well accepted. We've got a lot of great comments on it, and people are saying, hey Sarah, now we know how to raise these rabbits for meat, but we don't know how to cook it. So we have put together some really fantastic recipes for you all to broaden your horizons when it comes to fixing rabbit for dinner. There are really 3 rules to making some fabulous rabbit. And I follow those 3 rules basically every time I make rabbit, and it comes out fabulously every single time. Those rules are: number 1, cook it low and slow on a low heat and for a longer period of time. Number 2, always cover with a sauce. And number 3, always cover the pan with a cover, a foil. Before you put it in the oven. And that way all of the moisture inside of there will stay, and it will create a very tender, moist dinner. Now, I'm going to get started today with it. It is a really simple recipe, but it is amazing, and I can't wait to get started. Now, I have cut this rabbit. We're using 1 rabbit today, and I have cut that into pieces. I have a really great video that shows you how to do that, and I will put a link to that video right up here. So I've also taken this baking pan and I've sprayed it with oil first before I put the rabbit pieces on. And the first thing I'm going to do is sprinkle it with salt. There is no other salt in this recipe, so that is what I'm going to start off with. And I have some melted butter in a bowl, and to the melted butter I am going to be adding brown sugar and some herbs. We have oregano, basil, and thyme. We're going to put that in here. And we have some minced garlic. We're going to squeeze in some honey. This honey I have is local, and it is raw and unfiltered honey. We're going to squeeze quite a bit of that in here. And then we're just going to mix that up. Now that it's all mixed up, I am going to spread this sauce, per se, on each piece of the rabbit meat. And I'm going to use a spoon to do that. I'm actually going to spoon it on and then kind of spread it around to make sure that it covers the pieces. We want to lock in the moisture, and that is why we're doing it this way rather than just pouring it, because I'm afraid that we would kind of waste a lot of it by just pouring it on there. This way all that butter and the brown sugar will melt and just be wonderful on this rabbit meat. Now tonight's dinner with this rabbit, I'm going to be pairing it with white rice, some steamed white rice. I'm going to use my rice cooker, and just some carrot sticks. Just easy as that. I thought that would all go nicely together. Doesn't have to be difficult to have a nice home-cooked meal that is healthy. Okay, we're almost done here. Okay. All right. So we have our sauce, and now we just need to cover it tightly before we put it in the oven. I'm using foil. If you have a pan that has a cover that goes on it, that would work too. We're going to cover this tightly. We don't want the steam to escape. We want it to stay inside. We're just going to put this in the oven and bake it until the internal temperature of the meat is between 160 and 165 degrees. Now that it's in the oven, it's time for me to get started on our sides. Oh my goodness, you should just smell it in the house. It just smells so fantastic. And I snuck a small taste of the sauce. It is just perfect. It is garlicky and a little bit sweet from the brown sugar, but it also has a really nice herby flavor from the herbs from the garden. I'm just going to start plating, and on these I like to start with Kevin's plate. So I'm going to give him a nice big leg, and then one of the smaller front legs as well. And like I said earlier, we're going to serve this with some nice white rice. And some carrot sticks. But what I'm also going to do, there is still some really, really fabulous sauce in here. And so I'm going to take my small ladle and just get some of those juices and put it on top of the rice. And then just get a little bit more and just drizzle it onto these pieces. Wow. I am super excited. Who knew that eating rabbit meat could be so amazing? So there you go, guys. Another fantastic recipe from our new cookbook, 25 of our family's favorite rabbit recipes. Again, you can get that in our Etsy shop in paper form, or you can get that on Amazon.com as an ebook. Both of the links to those are in the description below. And you guys, thanks so much for stopping by our homestead. We really appreciate it. If you are not a subscriber yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, use the comment section below and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, guys, take care and God bless.